Hi, Meg. What are you up to?
Oh, hi, Hilda. I'm at the office right now. Still have about an hour and a half left before the end of my shift. How have you been doing these days? Is everything all right?
Oh, everything's fine and dandy over here. Hey, how about you come over to our house after getting off work? I have some leftover chocolate chip cookies from Trader Joe's. You know, the one that costs 99 cents for a 2-ounce pack. I think there's exactly 2 of those left. We can each have one when you arrive. I know you want one.
Well, Hilda, that's very, kind of you. But it's kind of short notice, don't you think? And besides, Stan's abroad at the moment. He won't be back for another week.
Oh, I know that already, sweetheart. He's on a business trip to London. I promise you it won't take too long. You can just stop by for a little bit.
So, do you want me to come all by myself? Wouldn't you rather wait until Stan comes back from his trip?
Why? You don't have a car. Well, if that's the case, you can just take the bus here. Or call an Uber.
No, it's just that it's a bit far from my workplace. And by the time I get off work, I'll be stuck in the middle of rush hour traffic. It'll take me at least 3 hours to get to your house. I mean, it's Friday afternoon after all. Can it wait? Is it really that urgent?
Well, I mean, I do have a favor to ask you. Don't worry, hun. It won't take up too much of your time.
What is it, Hilda?
I need you to go buy some groceries for me. Stan's younger sister will be coming over for a few hours. She just got back from her graduation trip to Berlin. She told me she hasn't eaten anything because of air sickness. Poor thing's been starving herself since this morning. So I've decided to prepare a nice home-cooked meal for her before she gets here. The only problem is, the refrigerator is practically empty. Except for an egg and half a carrot, but you can't make much with that. I need more ingredients to cook dinner. Oh wait, I just thought of something brilliant! After you drop off the groceries, maybe you can come and join us for dinner. The more the merrier. How's that idea? Isn't it much better than eating all by yourself in that lonely house of yours? You're gonna have to prepare your own dinner when you get home anyway. At least if you stop by my house, I'll fix something nice and tasty for you. Besides, I haven't seen you in over 6 months. I think it's about time we reconnect with each other. Maybe talk about your future plans, like having a baby and so on. What do you think, Meg?
Look, Hilda, thanks for the invitation. Really, it's just that I've been super busy with work. And quite honestly, I'm a bit exhausted right now. I really don't think it would be possible to go to your house today. I'm really sorry. Maybe next time.
Meg, why are you being so difficult? If your mother-in-law asks you to come over for dinner, can't you just say yes? What's up with all these redundant excuses? Listen, sweetie, let me tell you something. Back in the day, women were expected to say yes to anything their in-laws asked of them. No questions asked. So anytime my mother-in-law told me to do something, I immediately complied. No excuses, no complaints. Tisk, tisk. The younger generation these days have no manners, no respect for their elders. They're all so spoiled and headstrong, I'd say. One moment they're busy, the next they're exhausted. Blah, blah, blah. My, the future of our society sure is looking grim.
How about this, Hilda? There's an Outback Steakhouse about a block away from your house. I heard that the food and service there are top-notch. I'll order the food in advance. It will be delivered to your house, so you don't have to go and pick it up. I heard from Stan that you're a real fan of their Victoria's filet mignon. I'll have that ordered for you, along with a cheesecake for dessert. It's on me. How does that sound?
That would be wonderful, Meg. Absolutely brilliant. I love that idea. You're right. Maybe I shouldn't burden you with coming all the way over here, seeing how busy you are with work and all. Alrighty, Outback Steakhouse for dinner it is. My mouth is getting watery just thinking about it. And remember to send me your Starbucks gift card. I'd like to enjoy a good cup of joe after dinner. My, thinking about it makes me so giddy and excited. I haven't had a nice cup of caramel macchiato in the longest time.
Oh, there's a Starbucks over there? Can't you just pay for the coffee? If not, then maybe your daughter can?
I can't afford to buy coffee at Starbucks with my own money. Who are you kidding? Forget it, Meg. I shouldn't have brought it up. I guess I'll just mix some burnt ashes in hot water. Should taste close enough to the real thing.
Hilda, come on, don't do that. You'll get cancer. You know what? I'll send you a $50 gift card. Just tell me your email address. You can show it to the cashier when you order.
Aw, Meg. That's so sweet of you. How about sending me one for $100? So that we can get some muffins, too.
Hey, Stan.
Oh, hi, Meg. Just wrapped up another meeting a minute ago. What's up? Gosh, I'm so exhausted. I can't believe how many meetings we've had since arriving in London a few weeks ago. I wish we could have just done this through Zoom. Would have made my life 1,000 times easier.
I just don't get it.
What do you mean?
Your parents, Stan. They're both still working and have income of their own.
Right? What are you trying to say?
So why are they constantly asking me for money? Buy me this, buy me that. It's incessant. The other day, your mom told me to come over to her house right after getting off work. I told her I couldn't go because of time constraints, so I offered to pay for delivery from Outback. She was absolutely thrilled with that idea, which I understand because I was the one who made the suggestion. And this isn't the first time your mom has acted this way, but whatever. Back to the original story. In most cases, you would think that the other person would pay for dessert, at the very least. But she made me pay for the coffee on top of dinner. Like, come on! A cup of coffee is only worth a couple of bucks. Not like it's gonna break the bank. If your mom had no income left, I totally understand. But you and I both know that's not the case.
Oh, that. Mom's always been frugal with her money. Even now, she spends most of her weekends cutting up coupons for groceries. Mom's the type of person who will fight for every single penny. Literally. The other day at the grocery store, the cashier shortchanged my mom by 1 cent. My mom was so livid that she demanded to see the manager. She didn't leave the store until the manager came out and profusely apologized. Apparently, it was the cashier's first day of work, so I guess she was nervous. It was an honest mistake, but my mom was having none of it. Anyway, that's just who she is. She's like that with everyone, not just you, so don't be so frustrated, Meg.
You call that frugal? I call it despicable. Honey, stinginess is not a virtue, it's a vice. Don't you remember the first time I met your mother? I still shudder whenever I think about that incident.
Oh, you mean from 2 years ago?
Yeah. I still remember that evening pretty vividly. When we all had dinner at your house, your mom served each of us one bowl of vegetable soup. With exactly 3 teeny tiny chunks of carrots. No onions, no broccoli, no celery, just carrots. And then when I asked her for some more, she sat there scowling at me for a full minute. Oh God, that was awful. I still remember the look on her face. Still makes me shiver every time I think about it.
I do remember that. Mom is such a comedian. Gosh, she can be straight up hilarious sometimes.
Both you and your sister are used to the meager portions because you were raised by your mom. But what about me? How can you expect a guest to be satisfied with a bowl of vegetable soup for dinner? That's not the proper way to show hospitality to someone you've invited to your house. Especially to your future daughter-in-law.
Aw, did it upset you that much, sweetie?
Whatever. I'm just fed up with it all. I heard that your dad worked as a banker at Chase for over 30 years. He should have quite a fortune saved up. Right?
Yeah, Dad should have over $300,000 in his account.
Then why are your parents always asking me to pay for everything? I don't understand. Do I look like an ATM to them?
Food always tastes better when it's paid by someone else. Just think positively. Don't stress about it too much. When I get back home from London, let's have dinner at a nice restaurant. You choose where to have dinner anywhere you want, and I'll foot the bill.
Thanks, Dan. Sounds like a plan. Anyway, come home safely. Give me a call when you arrive at the airport. Hey, Meg! How's everything?
Hi, Stella. I'm doing well. What's up?
Mom told me that you paid for the steak dinner the other evening. Thanks so much, Meg. It was so amazingly delicious.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it, Stella.
Oh, and by the way, there's something I wanted to ask you. Our annual family reunion is coming up in a few weeks. As you know, Mom loves to prepare her specialty apple pies. Is it okay with you if we spend some more money on better ingredients this year?
Come again?
You're gonna be paying Mom to buy the ingredients for the pie, right? I just figured it'd be better to give her a little extra cash to upgrade the quality a bit, you know? Last year, we used Gala apples, and the pie turned out to be a tad bit too mushy for my liking. I heard that Honeycrisp apples work great on pies. They're firm and crisp, just the way I like them.
But aren't Honeycrisps a bit too pricey? As far as I know, each is worth more than twice as much as a single Gala.
Meg, you can't afford to cheap out on these things, or else you end up with a watery mess like last year's. Yuck!
Anyway, I'm already giving Hilda more than enough money for the apple pie ingredients.
Really? My mom told me that you only gave her $50 this year.
$50? What on earth is she talking about? Your mom makes those pies for every holiday, birthday, graduation, and anniversary, which amounts to around 50 pies a year. How can she possibly make that many with only $50? I've been giving her at least $1,000 each year for the past few years.
Oh, really? I took a quick peek at one of last year's receipts. The total charge was about $200, so I thought that Mom spent about $150 out of her own pocket.
There's gotta be a mistake. I'm gonna have to talk to Hilda about this.
No, Meg, it's fine. I feel like Mom's just gonna get angry with me. Just forget everything I said. I'll take care of the expenses for the apple pie this time. Have you been giving my parents money for their allowance?
Oh, yeah. I've been giving them about $300 each month.
I think you should give them a bit more, Meg. Don't be shy.
Stella, my parents haven't received a dime from me since I got married. A $300 monthly allowance is a lot, considering how little I'm earning from my job.
But Meg, I heard your parents are like super rich. They don't need to rely on your money to survive. That's why your dad was able to buy you the house when you married my brother.
There was another house that was already in my name. My dad sold that one and used the money to buy our current home. And even if my parents are wealthy, it has nothing to do with me. It's their money, not mine.
Anyway, Meg, I hope you continue to treat my parents well. Once I get married, I'll no longer be a part of this family. You'll be responsible for taking care of them.
Hello, precious. Have you been doing well?
Of course, Dad. Sorry I haven't been able to give you a call recently. I've been preoccupied with a lot of things lately.
I understand, sweetheart, but that's not the reason why I'm texting you. It's about the land your mom bought about a decade ago.
Oh, you mean the one in Tennessee? I remember that.
For the past week, we've been getting phone calls from the real estate agent.
Why? Is there a problem?
They're planning on building a new shopping center in that area. There's been a huge influx of out-of-state residents moving into Tennessee, especially post-pandemic. The area is becoming more modernized. That's why they want us to sell them the land. Once your mother and I are gone, everything we own will go directly to you. I wanted to ask you for your opinion and see what you think about this issue.
Aw, Dad, don't say that. That land belongs to you and Mom. I have nothing to do with it.
Alright then, your mom and I will sell the land. I think that's the best option. It's better not to be too greedy and just accept whatever they're willing to pay us. Besides, your mother and I don't have any other plans for that land. Might as well get some kind of compensation for it.
I agree, Dad. I think that's the right choice.
Their offer was around $2 million. I think that sounds pretty reasonable. What do you think?
Wow. $2 million? That much?
It's a fairly large acreage. I reckon that's why they're offering so much. While we're on this topic, why don't we try looking for a bigger house for you and Stan? Isn't your current house a bit too small? If you two are planning on having kids, you're gonna need some extra rooms.
Oh, Dad, you don't have to worry about that. Stan and I aren't planning on having children anytime soon. Keep that money in your IRA. You and Mom should save up for retirement.
Okay. Well, if there's anything else you need, feel free to let me know. All right, sweetheart?
All right, I will. Thanks, Dad.
I love you, Angel.
I love you too, Dad. Talk to you soon.
Hey, honey, how's it going?
Hey, Stan. What a pleasant surprise. I thought you're not supposed to text during work.
That's because I miss you, Meg.
Are you feeling okay? Stanley, have you been drinking again?
I'm being honest here, Megan. I really do miss you.
You're being really funny today. All right, buddy. What do you want from me?
Nice joke, Meg. Anyway, I wanted to invite you and your folks to a short camping trip. How does the Grand Canyon sound?
Why a camping trip all of a sudden? Did you get a raise or something?
Oh, don't be silly. I just thought it would be a good idea to treat ourselves to a nice, relaxing vacation. We've never been on a family vacation, and now is the perfect opportunity. This is all thanks to your parents, by the way.
I'm not sure I'm following what you're saying, Stan.
Stop playing dumb with me, Meg. I read the text message on your phone this morning by accident. So your dad is gonna sell your mom's land for $2 million? That is friggin' awesome. Who would have ever guessed that a piece of land would be worth that much money? Wasn't that in the middle of nowhere?
You read the message on my phone?
I didn't mean to read it on purpose. I was looking for my own phone this morning, and well, your phone just happened to be on the kitchen table. Sorry, Meg. It was completely by accident, I swear. Why didn't you tell me about this before? I mean, you eventually inherit your folks' assets after they're gone.
How can you say something like that so casually? You should be grateful to my parents. Thanks to them, we are living comfortably in this nice 3-bedroom house. Did you already forget that the person who bought our home was actually my dad?
No, of course I haven't forgotten about that.
Then don't ever talk about my parents' money ever again. It's not mine, nor have I ever thought it was mine. I have nothing to do with it whatsoever. And don't go around spilling the beans to others. I mean it, Stan. Especially your mom.
Okay, fine, I won't.
Meg! My favorite daughter-in-law! How are you, sweetie?
Hilda, hi. What's the occasion?
I want you to take a look at this!
What's this for? Are you planning on purchasing a new bed? They all look really nice. And expensive. But don't you think they're a bit too big for your house? I doubt they will fit inside the master bedroom.
That's why it's the perfect time to move to a bigger house. We can't live in this old, decrepit house forever. Don't you agree, Meg?
Oh, right. So, have you decided on the new home? You should have let me know beforehand, Hilda. Had I known sooner that you were planning on looking for a new house, I would have gladly helped out. A few of my close friends are in the real estate business. I'm sure they could have offered you some good tips. Not just about the house itself, but also the kind of neighborhood to look for, the current housing market, etc.
Oh, there's no need to worry about that, sweetheart. I know you're a very busy person, so I already did all the research on my own. There's one that I really like. It's located in a nice, quiet neighborhood not too far from where I'm living now. Maybe about 15 minutes, maybe. Anyway, there's a gorgeous 5-bedroom house on sale. It comes with a swimming pool and a lovely patio. And it's brand new. Your father-in-law and I are absolutely in love with that place. We plan on getting rid of all our old furniture and replacing them with newer ones.
Shouldn't you sign the contract for the house first? Or have you done that already?
Meg, what are you talking about? You should be the one signing the contract. You're going to be paying for our house.
Sorry? Stan and I don't have the finances to pay for a luxury home like that.
I heard that your parents recently earned $2 million, and they didn't even have to lift a finger.
Who told you that?
That's not important, sweetie. As you may already know, I'm a very fair and practical person. So when I was searching online for possible candidates, I immediately eliminated any houses that went over $500,000. After considering the additional costs of furniture and interior remodeling, I'd say the total should come to around $700,000. That's a very reasonable price, I'd say. So, Meg, when do you think you'll be ready to purchase that new house?
Hold on a sec, Hilda. I think you're misunderstanding something. What does my parents' money have anything to do with your new house?
Meg, are you trying to play dumb with me? Let me ask you this. With that kind of money, shouldn't you be thinking about buying something nice for your in-laws? Were you only planning on spending it on yourself and your own luxuries? Remember this. Your in-laws are just as important as your own parents. I've always thought of and treated you as my own daughter. If I were you, I would never let my in-laws live in an old, dilapidated house. I'd purchase their dream home in less than a heartbeat.
Hilda, if you really wanted to move, can't you use your own money? Stan told me that you and your husband are living very comfortably, with hundreds of thousands of dollars in assets. Why are you trying to rely on my parents' money instead?
Oh, I don't believe this. Sweetheart, listen to me. All of that money will eventually become yours. So if you're going to inherit it anyway, just go to your parents and ask them for an advance. This is not rocket science. It's common sense. I really don't understand why you're complaining so much.
Hold on. Give me a minute, Hilda. Stan! Stanley! Come on, Stan! Pick up the phone already!
Sorry, I had an important meeting with a client, and I just checked my phone. Did something come up? Is everything alright at home?
Did you tell your mom about the money my parents made from the property sale?
Well...
I thought I told you not to tell anyone, you big mouth. Jeez! Why can't you just keep your mouth shut for once?
Meg, it's not that big of a deal. We're all family anyway. And besides, the more people you share the good news with, the better. The more, the merrier, right, honey?
Look, Stan, I'm really not in the mood to joke around. Do you know what your mom said to me earlier today? She's demanding that I pay for a brand new house completely furnished with brand new luxury furniture. Do you want to know how much her estimate is? A whopping $700,000. We can't even afford to give her $7,000, and she's asking for $700K. Absolutely outrageous. Your mom must be out of her mind.
Meg, remember when we got married? Your folks didn't pay for any of the home furnishings. Our side of the family didn't receive any wedding gifts from you guys either, and not one of us complained. Now's your chance, honey bun. Make my mom happy, just this once, alright?
Stan, are you feeling okay? Are you sure you didn't bang your head against the wall this morning? Judging from your mom, I can totally see where you get your stupid genes from. Just unbelievable.
Huh? What do you mean?
I can't believe you're actually bringing that up to this discussion. Have you gotten amnesia already, Stan? Remember how much you paid for wedding expenses? Not even $10K. My dad paid for the house we live in, and half of the expenses for the home furnishings were covered by me and my parents. And suddenly, you're talking about wedding gifts? You must be crazy.
Do you literally just sit there all day and calculate each and every expense you've made? Meg, you have way too much time on your hands. You need to find yourself a new hobby or something, and stop being so fixated on numbers.
And you need to start being more conscientious when it comes to the expenses you and your parents have made. Over the years, you and your family have squeezed every penny out of me and treated me like a cash cow. And yet, you and your mom still have the nerve to demand more from me. More money, more material items. I'm so sick and tired of it, Stanley. This has got to stop.
Why are you being so fussy? Is it really that difficult to treat my parents well every once in a while?
And what have you done for my parents, Stan? Have you been a good son-in-law to them?
Well...
Stan, I think it's time for you to really dig in deep and do a bit of soul-searching. In the meantime, you had better clear up this issue with your mom. Call her up right now. Tell Hilda that there's no way we're paying for that house. And that's final.
But my mom's already got rid of all the old furniture, including the bed. Alright, tell you what, Meg. I'll tell my mom we can't pay for the house. But at the very least, we can buy my parents new furniture, right?
At the very least? We don't have that kind of money, Stan. How many times do I have to tell you?
Oh, fine. How about we use my money then? We should have more than enough saved up over the years, right?
Stan, take a look at this. It's been 2 years since we got married, hun. Your earnings total about $74,000. Guess how much we've spent so far? $98,000! Surprising, right? We're at a deficit, you fool!
How on earth did that happen? What happened to all our savings?
Well, let me see. First, we had to pay off the debt from your failed business, which we're still paying off. And that was from even before our wedding. After we got married, we had to send Hilda a monthly allowance in addition to helping her pay for her food and clothes. And if that wasn't already enough, we had to cover the expenses for her baking ingredients and tools. Oh, and I almost forgot. The seasonal camping trips your mother loves to go on with her friends. Yep, we had to pay for that too. I've really had enough with you and your family, Stan. You and your folks have tested and pushed my limits in more ways than anyone else has. I don't want to see your face. Unless I contact you first. Don't even bother trying to call or text me. You won't get a reply from me. Hey, Meg. Aren't you being a bit too mean? What? Me? Your parents are extremely wealthy people. They have more than enough to live off of. Is it really that hard to ask your parents for some extra cash so that my mom and dad can move into a new house? If you're gonna act this way, why did you even bother getting married in the first place? You should just live by yourself. Yeah, maybe you're right, Stella. Listen, I'm at my parents' house at the moment. Let's talk later, all right?
Meg, I heard that you're staying at your parents' house. Thank God. I mean, I knew you wouldn't be that cold-hearted towards me. Thanks, honey. I'll treat you better from now on.
Stan, have you been drinking again? What the hell are you talking about? And I thought I told you not to contact me. Have you forgotten already?
You went to your folks' house to ask your dad about my parents' new home, right?
What the hell? Are you out of your mind? I went to my parents' house to inform them that I plan on divorcing you. I've already arranged for your belongings to be sent to Hilda's house. So whether or not you decide to live with your mom is up to you. See you in court, Stan. Oh, and if I ever see you lurking in front of my house, I'll call the police. So don't even try me.
Meg, please, why are you acting like this? I can't afford to get a divorce. How am I supposed to live from now on?
Don't ask me that. That's your job to figure out, you nitwit.
Meg, I'm sorry. I've been wrong to you. This is all my fault. So let's all start over from the beginning. I've given up on moving to the new house. So let's just get a few pieces of furniture. I already threw out the bed and wardrobe a long time ago, so I need to buy new ones. There's no other way.
is your problem, Hilda? Why are you coming to me? Wow, I can't believe you're actually begging me for money even in this kind of situation. Do you not realize that I'm about to divorce your son? How dense can someone be? This family really is something.
Hey, Hilda, watch what you say in front of my mom. She's still your mother-in-law.
Hey, Stan, just how poorly did your mom raise you for you to end up this way? I've never seen someone as spoiled as you. Are you trying to insult me, Meg? Quit acting like a beggar, Hilda. Who on earth offers their guest a measly bowl of soup for dinner? Especially when that guest is their future daughter-in-law. When you act so stingy towards me, you have the nerve to ask me for a $500,000 house? Plus $200,000 worth of furniture and interior remodeling. Wake up and smell the coffee, Hilda. I don't care if you and Stan live the rest of your lives on the streets. With that kind of mindset, you two are better off panhandling during the day and sleeping on top of newspaper at night.
Meg, my mom said that she's sorry. Let's not make matters any worse than it already is.
All right, let's just forget about the house and the furniture. The only thing I ask is that you not divorce my son. Divorce isn't something to be taken lightly. It doesn't only break apart two individuals, but it also destroys two families. Who's gonna pay for Stella's wedding? And take care of Stan's debt? Ugh. I absolutely can't with this family. I am beyond horrified at this point. That's it. Stan, I don't expect any alimony from you. Just take all of your belongings that you brought in when we got married. And leave. Which shouldn't be too difficult for you, because it's not like you brought much to begin with.
Hey, what's your attitude, Meg? I'm not appreciating your sarcasm.
Stan's right. Don't try to act like a pretentious show-off just because of your family's wealth. I have a substantial amount of money saved up too, you know.
Exactly! That's why I'm telling you to spend your own money, not someone else's.
If I spend that money now, who's gonna take care of me when I grow older? That's why I agreed to let my son marry a woman from a wealthy background. But what's the use? She's stingier than Scrooge.
Enough, Hilda. There's no point in trying to reason with either of you. I'm not wasting any more of my time or energy. I'll be blocking both your numbers. From now on, if you have something you want to say, talk to my lawyer about it. After that last conversation, I blocked all three numbers. Hilda's, Stan's, and even Stella's. The following morning, my ex-husband came to my parents' house. He would come over several times a day, banging loudly on the door and going into a wild frenzy. His behavior would change from apologetic to violent in the blink of an eye, while laughing and crying at the same time. I really do believe that Stan had gone mad at that point. I got so worried about my family's safety that we hired a private bodyguard, in case Stan tried to harm us. After being blocked by the security guard, my ex-husband finally gave up. Hilda came to our house a few days later, but was quickly turned down at the front door. Stella, on the other hand, resorted to a less physical method of harassment. She would spam both my Facebook and Instagram accounts numerous times each day. She posted semi-threatening messages saying that she would expose all of my lies to everyone I knew. I'm not worried, though. I have nothing to hide and don't have any personal secrets that can ruin my reputation. I sent my lawyer all of the evidence I had gathered, including the recent events involving my former in-laws. In addition to the divorce, I had access to other options, like contacting police and requesting alimony from my ex-husband. Quite frankly, the only thing on my mind was to end the marriage. So I offered to not contact the police or request alimony as long as my ex agreed to a quick divorce. Currently, I am waiting for a response from Stan's end. If he doesn't agree to my proposal, then I'll just have to file a lawsuit against him. I plan on fighting until the very end, using everything at my disposal. I am utterly disgusted by how my in-laws treat my parents' wealth as easy money while being stingy with their own. My one hope for all of this is to never be associated with those types of people ever again. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.